Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing? Well, we're back once again with more Game of Thrones, as Dahi Denogla would say. It's the Game of Thrones. Oh, by the way, little factotum that was given to me by one of the comments in the previous Game of Thrones. That was episode 2 of season 1. The dog that played Lady, the direwolf.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out the dog that played Lady in the show was actually adopted by Sansa, by the girl who plays Sansa, Sophie Turner. She adopted it and calls it Lady to this day.
That's so cool.
I know. So hey,
Aww.
it's bright side.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, exactly. That dog has a home and is loved dearly by honestly one of the better new actresses, I feel. I mean, I like Sophie Turner a lot. But you see, here's the thing about Game of Thrones is this people kept saying this in the comments in the last video. They kept saying, "Oh, the horrors that she's going to be shown and everything." And then there's actually other people saying, while there are horrors in this show, bad things happening, there's also episodes that end on some of the greatest notes that you're going to actually be cheering. You're going to stand up, some of them are actually predicting that you are going to stand up in your spot and scream, "Yes!"
I don't know about that.
That's what they're predicting.
It depends when we watch it.
Or either that, well, in more realistic nature, I think you're actually going to look at that scene. You're going to be like this. You're going to be like, "Fuck yeah!" Just like yes, thank you, yes. That's what I'm predicting. That's a more realistic prediction in my eyes.
Yeah, it takes too much effort to stand.
And if it takes too much effort, you can guarantee she's not going to go through the labor of doing it.
Look, I don't run for anyone. I'm not going to stand if I don't have to. My legs are broke.
Sounds like that. It's just like that Flock of Seagulls song. And I ran nowhere.
Nowhere at all.
Nowhere.
Like, if you want to chase me and kill me, stab me in the back, whatever, just do it. I'm not running.
No, instead you'll just pull out your chemical mace and blind them, and then
Oh my
when they're on the
gosh.
ground writhing in pain, screaming like a bitch, you'll just run up with a...
Really do need to start carrying mace. This world's crazy.
Oh, it is crazy. And then what you'll do is you'll pull a razor blade out and just cut their throats or something while they're on the ground writhing in pain.
Yeah, I don't know if Ben would let me have one of those.
Okay, fair enough.
Ben's in strict dad mode with me.
Oh, I know. You could stomp their throat. Just a little stomp right here on
I
the
could
Adam's
just,
apple.
sit
That'll
on
do it.
I could just sit on him. I'm fat.
You're not that fat. Now, if it were me, that'd be a thing.
Yeah, I'm fat, but I'm not so fat that they couldn't push me off.
I'm almost 300 pounds, so I'm a hefty bro. And plus I have a little bit of wrestling training, so I know how to distribute my weight to keep a person pinned.
Yeah. I know nothing.
So you're Jon Snow. Oh damn, I forgot we're not there yet. That's actually, have you seen that meme? You know nothing, Jon Snow?
No.
That's a meme that circulated so much, and it came from this show. It's honestly, I just called it the Micah meme because instead of "you know nothing, Jon Snow," instead it's "you know everything, Micah."
Micah does know a lot.
Well, yeah, he's like me and Ben. He is a semi-useless fact. He's more useful than me and Ben because, unlike me and Ben, he actually can forge weaponry and defend himself, and he's actually a decently trained martial artist.
He looks like someone that should be in the cast of Game of Thrones.
People have said, well, here's the one thing people have said about Micah. It's like, oh my gosh, he's like a skinny Jon Snow. And I'm like, no, he's a tall Jon Snow. Because the guy who plays Jon Snow in this, you know how tall he is?
No.
5'7".
Still taller than me.
But in terms of the actors who are playing in this, that's just like Sean Bean, the guy who plays Ned Stark. He's over 6 foot tall. I think he's 6'2". And you'll actually notice there's no scenes of them standing next to each other because the height differentiation is so extreme. As a matter of fact, in some scenes in this show, Kit Harington, the guy who plays Jon Snow, actually has to stand on a box to not appear so damn short. But hey, that's
I'm sitting over here 5'3".
I'm sitting over here 6'2". Hey, I'm almost a foot taller than you. That's scary.
You and Ben just tower over me.
And Micah. Micah.
Micah also.
Yeah, Micah's 6'2" as well. Me and Ben and Micah are pretty much almost the exact same height.
If we're like out somewhere, I have to go when I'm talking.
I think I'm a little bit taller than Ben, and I think Micah's a little bit taller than me. So I think Micah's the tallest out of all of us.
Oh, I've got to tell you something wholesome.
Go ahead.
So, Ben got his tax return, and
yes.
he was... You know how he never really buys himself anything super nice?
Yeah.
Well, we were at Walmart, and
Aww.
I was getting some Pokemon cards, and he is looking at the Legos, as he does every time we go anywhere that has Legos. He
can't
loves
help himself.
Lego sets.
Yeah.
And he's looking at them, and we're all just like, you can get a Lego set because you just got your taxes. That'd be something nice you could get yourself.
Yeah, it's like, you're a grown adult, man.
And he's like,
Buy
no,
it.
I can't justify getting a Lego set. And
Yes, you can.
You could tell he was real sad and like wanted one real bad, but felt like he shouldn't, spend that much money on one.
Well,
And so me and Alina eventually talked him into getting this really cool Star Wars ship. It was like a $70 Lego set. He just went home and was just looking at it. He was so excited over this Lego set. And he just
That's
looks at it
awesome.
and smiles.
that
And I
is
was
awesome.
and they're I think they're gonna get new glasses because his is falling apart. So he's taking care of himself. He got a Lego set. He's gonna get some glasses.
He's treating himself, as they said in the show Community. Treat yourself.
I was so happy for him. He was just so fucking happy with this. It was like some sort of Y ship. It was really cool.
No, that's not Community. I'm gonna get shit on. That was Parks and Rec. What is wrong with me?
It was Parks and Rec. I was wondering.
Yeah, I was just like, no, because
I haven't seen Parks and Rec,
No.
but I knew that wasn't from Community.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with oh god, I hate myself right now. Well, in order to hate myself even more, how about I torture myself with more depressing
Well, at least
stuff.
you know what's gonna happen.
I'm still depressed. All right. Damn it again. Okay. See, here's the thing. Whenever we do these, it automatically switches the display to the one that's still hooked up, which is weird.
That is weird.
But anyway, here we go. This is Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 3, Lord Snow.
I want more White Walkers.
Don't worry. All in good
I'm
time.
very interested.
No, trust me. They're very important to the plot in this show.
Well, will there be any in this episode?
Huh?
Will there be any in this episode?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this season. Heather, no spoilers.
I won't. I'm just gonna look up what episodes they appear.
Heather! Heather! Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. No. Bad Heather.
I have 2 phones.
Want me to kill the Wi-Fi? I'll do it.
You can't. We're watching this on streaming.
I'll improvise.
It was very brave, your brother, and your father too. They didn't deserve to die like that. Nobody deserves to die like that. And the Mad King laughing.
You know what they're talking about, right?
Amazing.
Honestly, no. I just
I
blacked
watched
out a
the
little
Mad
bit.
King.
Okay, so
I remember him laughing.
Ned's father and older brother came down to King's Landing at request of the
Yourself
king.
for justice.
Okay.
They came down to King's Landing and were charged
you tell
with
yourself to
treason, and they were burned alive
servants of
in
justice.
Oh my
front of the
gosh.
Mad King, both of them.
That you were avenging my
Screaming.
father when you shoved your sword in Aerys Targaryen's back.
It's pretty hardcore.
Lord Stark.
Ah, the spider.
Lord Varys,
I was grievously sorry to hear of your troubles on the King's Road. We are all praying for Prince Joffrey's full recovery.
shame you didn't say a prayer for the butcher's son. Renly, you looking well?
And you look tired from the road. I told them this meeting could wait another day, but...
But we have a kingdom to look after.
Ow, please, it's nearly healed.
That's nothing.
It's ugly.
That's
A king
nothing.
should have scars. You fought off a direwolf. You're a warrior, like your father.
I'm not asking.
You
I didn't
fought
fight
off
off anything big,
dire
and all I did was scream. I'm not asking.
The North cannot be held. Not by an outsider, it's too big and too wild. And when the winter comes, the seven gods together couldn't save you and your royal army. A good king knows when to save his strength. And when to destroy his enemies.
So you agree? The Starks aren't enemies.
Young lady, eat your
food. I'm practicing.
Say what?
What the fuck?
No, she's a
He's a
Lannister.
liar and a coward, and he killed my friend.
The Hound killed your friend.
The Hound does whatever the prince tells him to do.
War was easier than daughters.
It really is.
You know the first thing about sword fighting?
Sticking with the pointy end.
That's the essence of it. You're a Stark of Winterfell. You know our words.
Winter is coming.
You were born in the long summer. You've never known anything else. But now winter is truly coming. And in the winter, we must protect ourselves. Look after one another. It's yours.
I can keep it.
Try not to stab your sister with it.
Try not to.
Don't listen to it. Crows are all liars. I know a story about a crow.
I hate
Me when I get old.
I know
Me
a
when I
story
get old.
about a boy who hated stories.
What you telling him now?
Only what the little lord wants to hear.
Get your supper, I want some time with him.
I'd rather be dead.
Don't ever say that.
I'd rather be dead.
My grandfather, who was a paraplegic, talked about when it first happened to him, he felt like he'd be better off dead because he'd be a hindrance on everybody. Oh, Jesus, John.
Next.
One thing you'll learn about John, he's good. He's very, very good.
One of several such establishments I own.
Ned!
Having his wife peering out of a whorehouse, I mean...
Yeah.
Quick tempers, slow minds.
Yeah. That's a pretty accurate representation of Starks.
My nose busted.
It's an improvement.
Throw you over the wall. I wonder how long it'd take you to hit.
I wonder if they'd find you before the wolves did.
I'm looking at you. Yes. You've got an interesting face. Very distinctive faces. All of you.
We'll talk later, lads.
Oh. Your brother Bran has woken up.
Tell her you love her. I know the kiss was pretty much a ceiling thing, but
yeah,
it wouldn't hurt to say it. You know, just put it out in that northern voice. I love you. What's wrong with that?
Lancel Lannister. Who named you? Some half-wit with a stutter.
Jeez.
He's a drunkard.
Tell your cousin to get in here. Kingslayer! Get in here.
You killed Simon Toyle with the counter riposte. Best move I ever saw.
Good fighter, Toyn. But he lacked stamina.
You're outlaw. Any last words?
I cut his head off, so no.
What about Aerys Targaryen? Did he call you a traitor? Did he plead for a reprieve?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
It's said that the Targaryens have the blood of the dragon in them.
You dare! You give commands to me. To me.
Chef King.
Can't you see the family resemblance? I mean, the white hair?
What? Kill these Dothraki dogs! I am your king!
Shall we return to the Khalasar, Khaleesi?
I totally would have let them kill him.
You walk.
He laid his hands on the Khaleesi. I mean, they wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
He's lucky to be alive.
I wanted to be here. When you saw it for the first time. There have been disturbing reports.
What kind of reports?
God, I don't want to believe.
I'm ready. I won't let you down.
You're not going.
And how do a
Man, I
bear's
hate that
balls
guy.
taste?
Who?
Chewy.
Tyrion?
The little one.
Yeah, Tyrion.
Yeah.
What about
hate
you,
him?
my lord?
He's
What's
an
the
asshole.
strangest thing you've eaten?
Do Dornish girls count?
He is an asshole, but
So,
honestly,
You roam
he's
the Seven
fun.
Kingdoms, collaring pickpockets and horse thieves and bringing them here as eager recruits.
Aye.
Half the boys you've seen training will die north of the wall. Might be a wildling's axe that gets them. Might be sickness. Might just be the cold. They die in pain. And they do it so plump little lords like you can enjoy their summer afternoons in peace and comfort.
The main thing about Tyrion is that he's a cynic. He doesn't believe anything that he hasn't seen with his own eyes.
Starting to like me.
Yes, Khaleesi.
What are you doing?
When was last time you bleed, Khaleesi?
She's preggers.
No.
For a man on
Is she gonna give birth to a dragon?
Well, Targaryens are said to have dragon blood. So, maybe.
Gods help us all if we're not ready.
As a crotchety old man, I didn't know Ben was in this show. He said he was gonna do it. He did it. Pissed off the side of the wall.
I'm sorry to see you leave, Lannister. Take care, Snow. Farewell, my lord.
Now you will try to strike me.
Two hands. Good. Ned's a good father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's frowned upon for the girls to learn how to fight and stuff in this.
It's not
standard.
Yeah, the standard is, you know, it's the old male-dominated world of knights, and you know, it's like medieval times. The majority of the people who did the fighting, as a matter of fact, almost all, there were very, very small, like instances in history where women actually fought. I mean, for instance, Joan of Arc.
Yeah, that's what
Joan
I
of
was
Arc's like
thinking of.
one of the most popular, but other women took up arms and masqueraded as boys.
Well, I like that she is learning, and he's not holding her back.
No, Ned has always been one for his children to provide. If they're passionate about something, he almost always provides what they want. The only one that has been resisted this is John, and it's because Catelyn. It's because Catelyn never accepted him as a member of the family. Now, Robb and Sansa and Arya and Bran have pretty much been given anything and everything they've ever wanted.
Yeah.
And Rickon as well. Rickon, that's the other Stark child that you haven't seen much of. He's the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Ned is that he loves his children. He loves his family, and he doesn't try and force them. He doesn't try and force them into what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He sees what they're passionate about, what they grow passionate about, and what they want, and he lets them follow their own path.
As it should be.
Yeah, as it should be. And you'll learn that in this world there are parents like Ned Stark, and then there are other parents who force their children into what they want. For instance, like in the old days, arranged marriage, like full arranged marriages to where nobody knew anybody or anything. And you had to do pretty much what your father or mother said. Like you
I'm
weren't
glad
allowed.
I wasn't born back then, because I'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about... That's one thing that irritates me about people nowadays, is that people say, oh, the world's worse than ever now. The world's so horrible. The world's this and that. I'm like, really? Where's the Black Plague? Did any fucker here have to deal with the Black Plague? What about smallpox? What about measles? What about any of the other ailments? Look, don't get me wrong. Social media, gives birth to a lot of shit and
it does.
and mental abuse. But in terms of physical ailments throughout time, the world's never been better. The world honestly, life expectancy worldwide is up, and honestly, the worst thing we have to worry about is like first world problems. Like, somebody called me fat on the internet. At least for me, anyway. I mean...
Yeah, I get that too, but, at the end of the day, you're not telling me something I don't know. So I don't know how you think you're insulting me.
Same here, pretty much.
I call myself fat. Good job. Hats off
Congratulations! You officially contributed nothing to society.
Also, this world that we live in, mental illness is becoming more of an issue. And
it is.
And it's happening earlier. Now... I'm either going to get shit for this.
Say it. Say what you feel.
People are going to be understanding of it. It depends how old you are, probably. But my 6, not even 6, she'll be 6 on Wednesday, which this video will be coming out on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, so one day before.
So, on the 28th, to make it easier, of March, my daughter is turning 6.
Yeah.
She actually is already on a medication.
Jesus.
Because they've already diagnosed her as being bipolar and having ADHD. And she went to therapy for 1.5 years before they would diagnose her and give her medication. Because it is so serious for them to give a kid medication. However, it has helped her in school. She's no longer behind. And instead of having these tantrums where you just can't talk to her, she'll actually listen to what you have to say and talk back to you instead of just screaming. And it was anger issues. We had to take her to therapy.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are going to be like, oh my God, you're giving your 5 or 6 year old medication. That's just how it is now. She's not the only one in her class on medication.
Yeah. Here's one thing that
And it's perfectly safe medication.
Well, yeah, well, it's not like you're giving her opioids or anything like that.
No, it's a thing that's specifically used for 6-year-olds.
So yeah, it's kind of like baby aspirin. I mean, heck, people have been giving kids baby aspirin for the last 60 years.
And the thing is, with Skylar, me and her dad both have some issues, and so it wasn't really unexpected, because his mom and my mom also do as well. I mean, it's in the family. And so when they said it, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you're diagnosing my 5-year-old with this, you monsters.
No, you have
like, I go, you're probably right.
Look at it. Okay. That's just like asthma. Asthma runs on my mom's side of the family. But here's the kicker. It skipped my mom, and I don't have it, and my sister doesn't have it. But my aunt has it, and my cousin Zach has it. But his sister Hannah does not. You see, every person's chemistry is different. Every person that is born on this planet has the genetic makeup of their two parents. And sometimes they get all good genes. Case in point, my brother Ethan, he got all the good metabolism genes. The kid can eat whatever the hell he wants. Like, literally.
Must be nice.
Oh, I know, right? He eats whatever he wants. Honestly, he eats nothing but fast food, drinks like a fish. Drinks nothing but beer and just sits around all day, and has no workout regimen or nothing. And he has a 6-pack, and he doesn't even have to flex.
And you hardly fucking eat, and you just...
I know, and look at me. And you see somebody, it's called the genetic lottery, and he hit the jackpot pretty much. Now, some would say he's too skinny, and I'd be inclined to agree, because, honestly, I can pick him up with one arm. Like, literally, I can grip him by his hip and, pick him up with one arm. But here's the kicker. Life has been a lot easier for him, and he's had a lot of opportunities thrown at him, but yet he's also had some bad stuff thrown at him. We went through some of the bad stuff together. We're family, after all. But for him, getting into relationships with women, it's easier for a skinny guy to get involved with women, because I hate to tell everybody out there, but looks matter a lot in the world, and a lot of people are so conceited that they can't look past. No, I know. That's the kicker. Looks to me don't seal the deal. What seals the deal is the person.
Looks should be what makes you go, oh, that person looks cool.
Well, initial attraction,
it has to be there a little bit.
Well, of course, the physical attraction,
but it shouldn't be, oh, I can't date them because of their face, though.
Well, yeah.
They're really perfect except for their face.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
No, I agree. 100%. Looks, honestly, if looks what drives you in relationships, go for it. But here's the...
You're going to miss out on someone good if you do that, though.
Yeah, that means you're being a conceited prick. And you should actually try something different. Go ahead.
If I see someone wearing a t-shirt that I think is cool and get to talking to them and they end up being a cool person, I'm going to date them whether their face is ugly or not.
There you go.
All that matters is who it is as a person. And this is Game of Thrones, guys.
Yeah. Well, you see, we got to talking about social issues. It's just like in this show, look at all the lords.
There's so much social issues.
Well, look at the lords and ladies in this. All the lords and ladies are pretty much attractive.
Beautiful.
There's outliers. Like Tyrion, who's
bless his heart.
Yeah, who's an imp, for God's sakes. But you look at the majority of them, and they're all beautiful. They're all perfectly perfect, like Jaime Lannister. Perfectly chiseled jawline and chin, perfect blue eyes and feathered blonde hair. Me, I wish I had straight hair. My hair gets out past a certain point, it just goes. I can't do a freaking thing with it. And I wish I had good metabolism. Honestly, I do nothing. I almost drink nothing but water. The only time I drink soda is whenever I'm out socially.
He literally eats 1, maybe 2 meals a day.
Yeah,
and doesn't drink soda. He does not deserve this.
But honestly, it's just the genetic lottery. It's some people. The lot you are dealt in life, you are always going to have to deal with. There's no sense in crying and pity partying yourself until eventually.
At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. So.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't, but it does, because every person handles the issues that they were dealt differently. It's just like that's just like some people that we know who have sociopathic tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna name names. No need to.
Yeah.
But I will say this: they have the ability to choose not to follow through with them. But yet they do anyway because...
Well, that's actually interesting that you say that. I was doing research, and there is such thing as like a milder case of being a sociopath where you can choose, but for the most part, it's just who they are as a person, and they can't change it. Like, if they go to therapy and make any improvement, it'll immediately snap back.
Well, it's behavioral patterns.
It's incurable.
Well, behavioral patterns are... Well, there's things that people can do. They can sort of train themselves to... Well, there's like this... Well, there's actually a movie that came out a while ago called Black Snake Moan. It's a movie about a girl. She suffers from nymphomania.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have said that it's incurable. It's just her behavior. It's just how she is. But eventually she's cured of it because she went through like a semi-traumatic thing that made her realize that that isn't a way that she needs to live her life. She actually needs to try and do better for herself because there's more to life than just that. There's more to life than that. There's so much more.
This is definitely just due to the person being, close to my heart and doing a lot of research. I'm just going to have to disagree because I wish there was a way they could change, but they can't. So
well, there's always hope. I always hold out hope because
I really hope, but I can't find a damn thing about sociopaths being able to change. So I've looked hard.
Well,
because I was willing to pay for whatever I had to do, but
well, it's not up to you to pay for it.
I know.
I know you want to fix. Here's the thing. I've said this 100 times before. If I had $1 billion, I would want to solve all the world's problems. I just give the people that I know money to where they can, get a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like hey, it's like hey, you got laid off from your job and you went from making, $60,000 a year to making like $15,000 a year. Your family is in dire straits and all that. Tell you what, man. Here's $50,000 right here. This should help you get rid of a lot of your outstanding debts and get you adapted to get you adapted to living the life because here's the kicker throughout life. There's going to be moments where you have to take a step back. I know we as human beings, we always want to move forward. We always want to do more. We always want to make things bigger and better and all that. But there's moments in life where you are going to get smacked in the fucking teeth, and there's not going to be any choice for you but to take a step back because it is the only way you are going to stay alive.
I mean, and this is kind of what it's come to is with this person. Right now, I have to deal with my stuff because my stuff has become priority.
Yeah.
Pretty significantly in the last 2 weeks, I'd say. So.
Well, yeah. Well, I would say 100% yes. You are correct in that matter, and that's why we want you to get the help that you need and the help you deserve and everything.
So, for those of you wondering, since this was released on Tuesday, so yesterday would have been the day that I actually am not here right now.
Yeah.
We've recorded in advance so that you guys will not lose content. However, I did have to go to inpatient treatment for mental health concerns and medication concerns.
Yeah.
And I'll be gone for a week, but don't worry, your content's going to be there. We've recorded ahead of time. I'm going to be missing from streams and missing from some reaction videos. However, Heather hasn't seen. We'll continue as scheduled Monday through Friday. Every single day we'll have an episode still.
Yeah.
And I figured that was a good time to say it.
Well, no. It's fair. It's fair. So, because now you get it off your chest, and especially when you put it out there for the world to see. So anyone out there, if you want to offer your support, leave comments down below for Heather to read. Leave.
When I get back, I don't have a cell phone. I can call. I'm gonna be calling out to Ben once a day, maybe twice a day. I think it's only once a day, but I'll be calling out to Ben, and so you can always ask Ben how I'm doing on the stream chats and stuff, and they all are allowed to tell you things. So
yes, yeah, we wanted to get permission from her before because we didn't want to, we didn't want to like dox her or anything like that.
Well, basically,
it's like, oh yeah, Heather's in an institute.
I have this thing where I think if something's hard to talk about, you're going to hear me say this a lot of times, and I'm sorry, but if I think something's hard to talk about, that I want to talk about it because if someone else is struggling with it, they need to be able to come forward too. If you push everything that's hard to talk about under a rug, when someone needs to say something about it, they feel like they can't.
Exactly.
And that's why rapes don't get reported and people don't get help for their mental illnesses. So I'm telling you right now that I'm going to a mental health hospital, and if you have ever considered, if you have questions, you can definitely ask me when I get out. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I don't care at all. Like,
and
throw it out there.
And when Heather isn't here and is not able to comment back or message back because where she is, we actually have a place on our Discord that people talk about these issues.
It's hashtag personal issues channel.
Yep, and it is on our Discord.
There's tons of people there willing to talk to you. Which
is right down below in the description if you want to check that out. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you have watched the edited version, which features a lot less of the Game of Thrones content. And if you want to see the full thing, feel free to go to our Patreon, where we have the full one available. Honestly, if you want to see more of this awesome lady, there's a link to her channel down below as well. She'll be doing a Getting Cultured on the series that we are currently watching. Game of Thrones is probably her favorite that we're watching right now.
And I'll probably start doing them instead of every episode having a Getting Cultured video. It'll probably be like 2 to 4 episodes, just so I'm not kind of getting repetitive and I have more to talk about.
Yeah, which is fair. Which is what
movies will have their own, obviously, but I feel like the series need to kind of be sectioned.
Yeah,
first episode and then 2 through 4 and so on.
Yeah, you go at your own pace.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, this episode was good and I liked it, but I don't have a lot of
things to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one thing about Game of Thrones. I mean, the more you watch, the deeper the rabbit hole goes, and the more you'll have to talk about.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually you'll have to try to shut me up.
No, I want you to talk. Talk as much as you want. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode.
Yeah, this video has been long and
long
crazy.
and arduous. So,
yeah.
So if you want to see more, you know what to do. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, same difference. Doesn't matter. I mean,
whatever you want to do.
Express yourself, as James Brown. No, was that James Brown? No, it wasn't. No, it was James Brown who said, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud.
Words to live by.
Say it loud. I'm a YouTuber and I'm proud. Doesn't work. Does not work. Okay. So let's end the video here, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you later. I'm Nate.
I'm Heather.
And this was Heather Hasn't Seen Game of Thrones. We'll see you later, everyone. Peace out.
See ya.